don't mind me throwing out a question. Looks like you guys have solved that zone, which has been notably tough before.
Yeah, I think we just figured the zone out by moving around a lot. We work on it a lot in practice, and they actually switched up their defense for us because last time they had a hard time guarding us with that zone, so they kind of went to a man-to-man switch. So yeah, as long as we're moving the ball and moving off the ball, we're hard to guard.
It seems like sometimes when there's a senior night, sometimes they do all the recognition before the game, and sometimes the players tend to come out a little bit flat, maybe or unfocused. You guys, that wasn't an issue with you guys tonight.
No, I think we knew, it was a stake. Not just senior night, but for the conference tournament, we had to win this game. So I thought that was the biggest thing, just coming out with the right mindset, not waiting around. So I thought we did a great job of that. So I appreciate everybody for making our senior night special. But we still got one more at home.
You didn't feel good the other night, a couple nights ago or something. Now tonight you played 40 minutes. So what, you need a miraculous recovery, huh?
I mean, I'm still feeling a little sick, but Warwick is a really good player, and we felt like I was the best option to guard him, so I was on the whole game.
You got it going a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, I thought, we were doing a good job. We had a good contest, but, he was hitting tough shots. So, you really just got to tip your cap to him. Division I players, they can put the ball in the hole in many different ways. He's proved that he's a good offensive player. So, it is what it is. Just got to work on it and get better for the next time.
Even though all this stuff was on the line tonight when you went out beforehand, do you feel a little nostalgia or a little something tug of the emotions? You two played a lot of games here, scored a lot of points, and this has been home for a long time.
Yeah, it's definitely bittersweet, It could have been our last home game, so yeah, we definitely had that on our mind. But I think after that, we got locked in and, had our eyes on the task at hand.
Yeah, I second that. Senior night's always a big day. There's a lot of emotions with it. Not just for the seniors, but for the coaching staff. This has been our second family for 4 or 5 years. So yeah, it's just bittersweet. But at the end of the day, you still gotta control what you can control and go out there and play the game.
And to talk about this year, let's talk about this year. I know you're glad to be back, aren't you?
Yeah, for sure. These are the moments that I really look forward to. Coming back to Wright State, playing alongside my brother right here. Just winning games. Being in a place that they love you for the player you are, but more importantly, the person you are, how you carry yourself. So, I just, thank the coaches, thank Trey for allowing me to be back and play again, and just find that love again.
You guys have kind of had your ups and downs, some inconsistency. I'm sorry, do you have a question? No, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, it's a weird situation. You've beaten them twice, but Thursday's all that matters. How different is that to know, forget those 2 regular season games, it's all one game.
I don't think the game plan changes much. We just got to guard them the same way and play the same way we played them the first 2 times because we beat them.
Just that, you've had some ups and downs this year, some inconsistent times. It's all washed away, everybody's 0-0.
Yeah, it's a new season. We have a lot of guys who run that tournament team, so we know how it is. One of the things that they've been preaching to us is just, handle the tension well. And I think, the first half we were very mature. In the second half, they made some runs. We stayed level-headed, and we stuck to our game plan. I thought we just kept communicating throughout it all. But, I think whenever, tournament time comes around, people can tense up, people can get scared, kind of be out of character. So I think that's kind of to our advantage. We're peaking at the right point.
Did you two guys know each other before you got here, and did you like each other when you first met, or did it take a while to warm up, or what?
Yeah. Nah, we didn't know each other before we got here, but he said this on the coach's show the other day. The first day we got here, we both got in the gym, got some shots up, and we've been brothers.
And you talked then? And,
Yeah. We actually, I think one game in AAU, we played each other at Speece. We had no clue until my dad would always record the games. And then I saw one of his pictures of his team running reckless, and I was like, I think we played y'all in Indianapolis. So yeah, it was pretty cool. But we didn't know each other at the time. But whenever we first got here, we had our goals in mind, and we just got straight to work. And it's been a blessing to work alongside somebody as dedicated as him, as consistent as him. And I think we both make each other better.
And there was a brotherhood, I mean, that developed
for
after
sure.
all these years?
For sure, it's never changed.
So, I know you came back for more reasons, like for the regular season, but this is really what you guys have been looking for, right? Tournament time, what you experienced 2 years ago. You came back for fifth year, you came back here.
Yeah, this is the magic of March. This is whenever everybody gets excited. College basketball is at its highest. I think these are the moments that people live for. Things get tight, but this is whenever it's really exciting. I think we have a good team. I think we're gonna have a lot of guys step up. I think just our experience is gonna be really good. Being in those big moments and those big games. So.
The year you were gone, did you two guys stay in contact with each other at all, and did you ever watch an Ohio State game to see if you could see him, or you went the other way and see how he was doing? I don't know if you.
Yeah, we talked during the season for sure, and I caught a couple games, like his game winner. Definitely saw that one.
Yeah, I watched every game I could. I saw his game winner against Louisville too. So I was running around the apartment going crazy. But yeah, I think it's beyond just basketball. We've grown as men. So I think that's the biggest thing.
Tanner, this team has had ups and downs on defense, but have you seen, I know Northern got a lot of points tonight, but still, have you seen improvement in defense the last 5-6 games?
Yeah, I think, our desperation, I think we understand the task at hand. Our coach has been preaching to us since June, like, if you want to play, you got to be a good defender. We were kind of hard-headed at the beginning of the season, not taking that to account. But now, I think we're starting to really get the picture. We're starting to move the ball, get stops and just play our game.
It's pretty mind-blowing. I mean, you two guys meet in the gym, right? Now here's over 4,000 points later. I mean, that's a hell of a lot of points.
Yeah, I think that just speaks to, our dedication and hard work, and, we get our confidence, and, everything we've done is because we've been in the gym and working hard, so it speaks to that.
Who's a better shooter?
No question.
Coach, just some first thoughts, and then we'll go to questions.
I wish we'd take better care of the ball. I don't like 15 turnovers. But we did rebound it well. Pleased with that. Thought, Brandon got off to a tough start and really bounced back and did a nice job. And, like there's only so much we could do on work. He was being guarded and he just made shots. He's a heck of a good player and he got it going tonight. But mostly happy for the seniors that you can at least go out on your senior night with a win against a very good Northern Kentucky team. Just looking at the stats here. Yeah, it's kind of our starting five. Just keeps humming along. We were pretty good offensively, and for the most part, I thought we were defensively just late. If they hit those shots, they hit them. There's much you can do about it.
94 points against that zone. I know how much respect you have for how good that zone is.
Yeah, and they. I think it was a little bit different. When we first faced them, it was heavy pressure in that zone. They really packed it in. Like they weren't pressuring the ball. It was a different zone than we saw the first time. First time we threw it in a lot, they made it a lot more difficult for us to throw the ball into the post. And so it was a little bit different in terms of what they normally do against us.
Calvin's effort tonight, he didn't feel good the other night. He's still not quite, and yet he plays 40 minutes and seemed like he.
Yeah, he's got to chase Warwick around and guard him and run through screens. And, if there's some guy that can play 40 minutes, it's Trey. He's light on his feet and he's got good stamina. His body's strong and He's in great shape. So, and you know, we get enough timeouts out there. So,
You do something different with work on Thursday, or?
I mean, we're a man-to-man team. You know, I don't anticipate that we will. You know, in terms of who we put on, I think we got to do a better job of giving him help. You know, we can't just isolate him. You know, I don't know if there's anybody in the league, if you just isolate him, can stop him. So, I think going back and looking at the film, I'm sure there are going to be spots where we can help from and just shrink the floor, kind of like what they did to us. They shrunk the floor on us.
Kind of remind me a little bit of Noah Reynolds, and he had 39. He just was a load.
Yeah, it was a different 39. I mean, I like most of those shots, he was guarded.
Yeah.
Like he just hit him. He's a heck of a good player. Well, he's one of the best players in the league.
I think Reynolds got to the line pretty much every night.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Calvin and Holden, you talked about your two seniors, just have kind of lifted each other through their career. I don't know if they feed off each other. That's a lot of.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I do feel like Tanner, probably the last 5 games, is playing as good as I've seen him all year, just in terms of consistency. His defense is better. He's rebounding the ball better. My feeling was through probably 3/4 of the season, he would be bothered if he wasn't scoring. I think he's gotten over that, and he's doing other things for us. And I feel like he's playing the best he's played all year.
Coach,
He had 9 rebounds tonight.
sorry, Coach.
That's all right.
Your bigs got going today. It gave them a lot of trouble.
Yeah, well, I mean, the first time we played them, I can't remember how many threes we took the last time we played them, but it was a lot. I mean, I think they're first, second, or third in 3 points. 3-pointers attempted against them in the league, but that's partly because they're playing zone and making it more difficult. They made it was a lot more difficult for us to throw the ball in tonight. They were much tighter. They weren't out as much in passing lanes. We had 17 turnovers. 15 turnovers is just too many. I wish we would take better care of the ball. That's the one thing I'm frustrated with. But AJ in the first half, I think he got most of his points there. And it's good to see Al get going too. Al, we need Al to shoot like he shot it tonight.
Well, with all the ups and downs and all around, here comes the tournament.
Yeah.
That's how you feeling about it?
It's kind of strange. I haven't seen the scores tonight, but it felt like a lot of teams that are playing each other tonight are going to turn around and play each other again, like three or four of the games.
Oh, wow.
It's a little bit odd. And so, I don't want to spend any time thinking about tonight, to be honest with you, and we'll get on to it. We'll get on to it tomorrow. But yeah, I think we're playing them again. I think that's what somebody told me. So, I don't think it's easy for anybody. But you look at the NBA. I mean, they play each other in a 7-game series.
Yeah.
And make adjustments, and so they'll make some adjustments. We'll make some adjustments, and we'll see how it goes.
Is there any edge having beaten them twice as opposed to
I don't
losing
think
to a
so.
team twice?
Yeah, I don't think so. I really don't. In terms of the level of desperation, like people say, it's hard to beat a good team 3 times. It's hard to beat a good team once. It just is, and so that'll just be the focus. Like it's just that game, and obviously both teams learn from the previous 2 games, but we're not going to just throw more pressure on people by saying, we got to beat these guys 3 times. No, you got to play them 1 time, and that needs to be the focus. Like I said, I know they'll make some adjustments, and we will too. But it's 2 good programs. It just is, and I got a lot of respect for Dan. I think when you look tonight, I mean, he's down 2 starters. He's down his starting center, and he's down Vincent, who is, clearly one of the top players in the league. And what they've done this year, I mean, we're playing for fourth and fifth place tonight. And, we've had all our guys, and he hasn't, he's missing 2 tonight. I think he does such a good job. I got a lot of respect for his players. I think in terms of what he expects of his players, what we expect of our players, we're pretty similar. We play differently, but I think we just have a lot of respect for him. We do.
Keep going back to your 2 seniors, but, they scored a lot of points, made a mark here, but the arcs of their careers are different. Like Calvin, it took a while for him to get confidence, it seems like, right? That first year, second year.
Yeah, even the second year. The third year.
He started his second year, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he started his second year, but it was kind of loud and show then.
Right.
And Tanner really took a step up there. Trey really started to take off probably the last 5 or 6 games of his junior years when he really started to take off. And, in the tournament and in the NCAA tournament, he was tremendous. He was the best player. I mean, he like the Northern Kentucky game 2 years ago, we wouldn't even been close in the first half going for Trey. So, yeah, I mean, they're different arcs. It didn't help Tanner leaving and coming back and trying to fit in where he wouldn't have had to. But, I mean, it's all part of the deal. And like I said, I really do feel like the last 5 games he's gotten over all the other stuff, and he's got just a good mindset to him. I really like where he is.